All right, I apologize out there, Moco Scope fans. Well, I'm sure we've been recording already.
Clip and flip
the intro would be my cohorts: Willie Wetzel, WJW
Handyman
Services, Gavin Clements,
Clemens Expertise,
Clements Expertise, marketing extraordinaire. Myself, Tom Clements, humble little business owner, and our guest, the super amazing Jeremy Ries. Thank you, Hunter number 2.
Spectator for the night.
And I apologize, but I just cannot recollect the name of the kennels which you run full time, not your side gig, your full time.
We're Moco Bottoms Labs, located outside of Valmeyer. Moco, obviously, for Monroe County. Bottoms, because we live in the river bottoms out along the Mississippi River outside of Valmeyer. And Labs, because we started with Labrador Retrievers only.
So you graduated from high school, you're like, I'm just going to start a kennel and raise some awesome labs, and this is what I do, right?
No.
So
I did all kinds of things.
Whoa. Some you can talk about, some you can't.
No, I talk about all of them, but
let's walk through that then. What got you to where you are as the world, at least nationally known?
Oh, come on. I don't know about all that now.
You're not nationally known? You don't travel all across the nation showcasing your animals?
I travel pretty good ways, yes.
Okay.
That
was a lot. Sorry.
Yeah.
And go.
So I grew up hunting, duck hunting, goose hunting, waterfowl hunting. You know, my whole family did it, and we had dogs, and it was nothing like the dogs I trained. They helped us get our ducks, but they were rough.
They're farm dogs.
Well, they were labs. They were trained, but not really trained. I mean, that's the best way to put it. They, sometimes we'd have to tie them off because they'd break. Sometimes we'd have to throw a rock or a shotgun shell because they wouldn't see a bird fall, and they didn't take real good hand signals to run blind retrieves. Sometimes they didn't deliver all the way to hand. They'd get back to the bank, shake off, and the crippled duck would come out of its mouth, and it'd be chaos, and that's kind of dangerous.
So mediocre at best.
Yeah, but it saved us a lot of steps and a lot of trouble to get our ducks and help us get our ducks.
Didn't have to drag waders with you.
No, depending on where you're hunting. and if you're handling a dog that's been in the water, you're almost better off having waders on them no matter what, because they're going to shake on you. You'll get wet.
Mm-hmm. See, I have never gone waterfowl or any waterfowl hunting, period. I've never hunted a duck blind or needed a dog to run after birds in the water or train that. Rabbits, pheasants, quail, small game, dogs, things like that. But never go out there, bust the ice, get 3 ducks, and bring them back to me. And that's what I paid for. I would like that, please. I know. That's super easy, right?
Well, we don't always recommend going through ice, for one.
All right.
That's a little dangerous for the dog, depending on how thick it is. And normally they bring back one at a time and have to go back and get them. But yes, they'll go get them. It definitely helps you get a lot more of the game that you down than if you didn't have a dog, for sure. It's a tool of conservation is what we sell it as.
So you started out, even on the farm, utilizing dogs in your hunting endeavors. That's where you got to start.
Yeah, growing up as a kid, yeah. And then kind of got out of hunting a little bit for a while and bought the house we live in now where the kennel is. And a friend of mine from Waterloo, Brad Finnerty, was remodeling my house, doing some work. And his mom was big into competition labs and breeding chocolate labs. Deb West.
I didn't know that.
And she unfortunately passed away from cancer about that time. Well, Brad had, the day she died, they were informed that her one female was pregnant, and then she had some older dogs, some people had trained while she was sick. And so Brad kind of made me a good deal, I guess, kind of suckered me, I guess. Blame him for all this, really. He said, come up to my mom's house, and take a look at these puppies, I'll give you a hell of a deal on one. This was 15, 16 years ago or so. Even back then, her pups were pretty high dollar, pretty high quality. You're talking $1,500, $2,000 a pup, and he was going to sell me one for $500.
What year was that? You think roughly?
It'd been 2010.
Yeah, something around there.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
But they also had a 3-year-old male dog there in the kennel, and I could get that if I wanted. He was a nice looking little dog. I pulled him out. She had some little bumpers for retrieving there, and I grabbed them, and he walked at a heel real nice, soft lead. I told him sit down, watch, and I threw all 3 of them bumpers one at a time, but he sat like a rock the whole time. Said his name. It was Rascal. He went and got the first one or the last one I threw, which that's how they're supposed to do it.
Work backwards.
Well, yeah, the last one out, so we call that a go bird. Then the other ones are memory birds, is what we call them.
Okay.
And well, it picked up all 3. It's kind of like a drill now that I know a little more about things. It's kind of like a wagon wheel drill, we call it, for lining dogs up and stuff. But he nailed it. I mean, come back, sit at a nice heel, let me grab the bumper, go get, line him up, say his name, and he go get the next one. So it was, I'm like, man, this guy's pretty nice. You know,
I may be onto something here, maybe.
Well, the problem was,
oh boy,
you know, them puppies in that other room down on the other end of the kennel building she had. My wife was going to want that little cute puppy. I mean,
not that grown.
Not that 3-year-old trained up big old chocolate male.
She wants the cute cuddly.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she was. So I brought her up there, and I was kind of set on what I wanted. And I'm pretty good about getting what I want. Just don't let her know that.
Yeah, we'll cut that out.
And she's like, "Well, I want a puppy." I said, "That puppy in a year is going to look like this sucker, and it ain't going to know shit."
And this one's 80% there.
Yeah.
70%.
So I talked her to it. We took Rascal, and he at that time we joined the local retriever club that meets out at Peabody State Park there outside of New Athens. The Retrievers Unlimited, River King Retrievers Unlimited Hunting Retriever Club, and started going to training days. And then we went to some of their competitions. Next thing you know, we bought another puppy. And we paid somebody to train that one who were great people up in Foley, Missouri. They helped mentor me and stuff, asked to answer all kinds of questions. And it just kind of took off from there and finally got to a point where I trained one completely myself to a hunting retriever champion. And then I kind of got another one. And then I kind of started working on him and started kind of taking a couple here or there. And next thing you know, I am full-time since 2019 and was way in over my head with starting a business, at least, because I had zero capital to do it with. So I've robbed Peter to pay Paul to build up what I got and constantly. And I didn't really, I never expected to be doing it full-time. I figured if I was lucky, maybe 5-10 years. No, it didn't take long at all. And now we stay pretty busy, and, we've been one of the top kennels in the country for AKC Master Passes a couple of years. We ain't running many of them this year. Probably one of the most accomplished trainers in Southern Illinois in the St. Louis area, though, for retrievers. Yes.
So your wife was on board with all this, right?
Not so much, kind of.
When you had that discussion of, hey, honey, you had a full-time gig.
Well, I didn't.
Really?
So what I did was I was a local union laborer here. Local union
that's
hall
why I
in
thought
Hunter
you
County.
went from there to there.
But I mean, sometimes
Sometimes
there was a lot of work. Sometimes there wasn't much. I traveled a lot I worked on some of the biggest projects in the country while I was doing my union labor. But I traveled. I spent 30 months in Iowa building a fertilizer plant from the ground up. I spent 6 months in
3 months.
Oh yeah, I couldn't leave the money, man. That money was good. We were working 6-7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day minimum.
2 years plus.
Bringing home just a lot of money. A lot of money. And then I went to Pennsylvania for 6 months and worked on a big refinery. Shell built out there until I came home and had enough. But I helped build Lively Grove Power Plant and worked out at ConocoPhillips all the time. Baldwin Power, I worked wherever I can. Did a lot of local street projects and commercial buildings around here, Columbia, you name it. But sometimes there was a lot of work. Sometimes there wasn't. So,
Okay.
and then COVID hit, and that's in 2019. Things were kind of slow and on and off, and it just kind of everybody was buying dogs, man, and everybody needed a dog trainer, and we've just been able to push and keep going. I feel very blessed. You know, this was my hobby, man, and I get to do it all the time, full time. And on another note, you know, the COVID boom of everybody buying puppies, they're all 3, 5, 6 years old now, don't need training. I've seen a lot of trainers who had a lot of dogs during that go away too. So I've been fortunate to stay busy and stay doing what I do. So I must be doing something right, is the way I feel.
Yeah, I think you're 100% confident in that by now. Because you're right, there are tons of breeders out there.
Right.
There's tons of trainers out there.
Right.
But I think you're a little bit different in the fact that you want to take it from puppy to competition dog, or at least help them get it to where the dog is meeting their excellence. If they want your help, great. If not, no. Do you find that?
No, you
Or
know.
are people like, fuck you, I know how to do it?
No, the people that come to me want help. There's a lot of people that don't. But let's some good ways to put this to be halfway politically correct.
There you go.
The hardest part of my job is the people. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, 100%.
I'm going to be upfront. You don't have to be politically correct.
No,
Oh, he has a business. He
Okay.
But no, I mean, some of these people that you have to deal with sometimes, whether they become clients or not, are a lot. They don't have realistic expectations and stuff. One of the things I can tell you is all retrievers are not created equal.
Oh.
What do you mean by that?
All dogs,
some are-
period.
I mean, there's some that I get in that you can throw a hot dog down a hallway and that sucker would not go good. Okay,
That's a horrible reference, but
I don't know about you two, but I'm using that analogy.
You know
how.
You know how hard it is to try and train a retriever that don't want to retrieve.
No.
That's like slamming your head in a car door every day. Because for one, I take a lot of pride in my work, and I feel like I'm letting the owner and the dog down when it's not working. So that's a big thing for me. You know, I've been talking up at night about shit.
Yeah.
Like that,
And you don't even know it for
and
months.
you don't know what's going to go on. You know, and I've had some that come out. I've sent some home. You know, and the best thing I can do is be honest with people, and that's also a problem, though.
yeah.
Because the retriever world is a lot different than like the coonhound or beagle hound world.
Yeah.
If them dogs don't have it, they just kind of disappear. Go to a dog trainer. To be honest, let's be honest. You know, I ain't saying what happens to them, but they go away.
They're taken care of.
one way or another.
Yeah.
Well, these are people's pets, loved ones, and some of them's children that I'm dealing with. So you can imagine. Here's the analogy I use. Everybody knows little Johnny here, right? From the little Johnny jokes. That little sucker was always in trouble, causing all kinds of hell, right? His parents loved him. Thought he was the greatest.
I love you, little.
And that's how some of these people are about these retrievers. So it's hard. They don't understand when you tell them that they got little Johnny and he sucks.
He sucks. He needs to be taken out of the equation.
You need to either make him a pet, find him a home, if you want a duck hunting dog, and get something else.
Yep.
Now,
What are you looking for? You looking for a pet? You looking for a hunting dog? And that's one of the things that my father-in-law taught me a lot of is his dogs. They're hunting dogs. They're not pets. You can play and be nice to them, but it's a little different. Kind
like
of
I said,
dog.
retrievers a little different than hounds.
Correct. His are meant to attack and kill things.
Right.
Yours are meant to grab them and bring them back. It's
Right,
a different
and chase them down, but yeah.
But I'm a strong believer in if it's a hunting dog, it's a hunting dog. If it's a pet, it's a pet. I don't like mixing it. I know you don't have to agree.
Your opinion is fine, but I disagree with it big time. These dogs can be both.
Really?
They very much can be both.
They're wise about it.
It does
Specifically that breed?
I think almost all the Goldens, the Chest, almost all your retriever breeds.
Okay. All right. I'll yield to that.
The only thing that concerns me about it really is acclimation to different weather at times. You know, if they're sitting in the air conditioning all the time and you're going to work them out in the hot heat, it's a little harder on them, just like it is on a human. You know, in the winter, if they're used to sitting in a nice warm house, it's probably a little harder to go out in the cold. But other than that, they know when they're working. They know when they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them. Now, it's not all of them. Some
Not
of
all
them.
of them, yeah.
Most of them have a pretty good what we call an on-off switch. On hyper when they're working and drive and focused, and off when they're in a house, supposed to lay down and be on the floor or on the couch or in your bed, whatever you let them do. You know, some people more than others. But I don't think that affects any bit of how they work.
That's vastly different than the hounds of because of how people treat them. Like you can, I'm training this hound to do a specific thing.
That's the exact.
And then my sister is like, "Oh my god, he's my pet." He's like, they're trying to train it, but they're fucking up the training unknowingly because that's my issue with it. And I know. I don't know retrievers.
And in my opinion, the hound either has it or it don't, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of that is natural instinct. You got to figure what I'm doing with these dogs. Yes, they got to have the natural drive, but a lot of it is all trained.
Really?
Yes. Yes. You know, they got to have the natural drive, but you still got to teach them to play fetch, which starts on retrieving. But all them, like a blind retriever, they don't see something fall. I can line the dog up, send it, blow a whistle, it'll sit and spin and look at me, and I give it hand signals, like driving a remote control car
No fucking way.
Oh yeah, all day long, 400 or 500 yards if I have to.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
In comparison, you take a beagle, a rabbit dog. You just, even as a pup, you take it out there. It's either gonna run and bark and
Or it's
chase
not.
a rabbit, or it's
not.
I
freaking
got a wild card for you.
You can train it to turn and circle.
Yeah,
but
I got a hypothetical
if it won't
too
even
after
do
that.
that,
Yeah, it's kind of like the retrievers that don't retrieve.
So
Very-
I grew up training a lab. Shit, I was 14 or 13. I bought it from a couple in Baldwin, Illinois. I grew up training a lab, and at the same time we got a beagle puppy. So I literally a hound between a retriever. That's the way I grew up going through high school. So you can see the difference, exactly what he's saying versus what you're saying. Like, so because I saw both of them in front of me. But by the time I graduated high school, hell, that beagle would retrieve tennis balls because the retriever was retrieving tennis balls.
I watched them.
It's just what they're around.
Retriever was teaching the people.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Well, no, they just imitate each
For anyone that didn't
other.
hear
Dogs
that,
imitate each other.
Peanut Gallery
Hunter
made a
number 2
joke
over
about
there,
it.
hiding out in the background.
yeah, I've seen a corgi retrieve too, so...
But
you don't even have a dog, so shh.
But that's kind of how I got into it. We used to have 30 dogs. My dad worked for me full time doing a bunch of young ones, and now I try to stay around 20 because he passed away a couple of years ago, and I just don't have much help. I got a couple of young kids that throw birds for me, and my wife helps me some. But yeah, no, it's what we do.
Wait.
Throw birds as in throwing clay birds?
No, like ducks,
Retrieving.
dummies, bumpers.
But you have employees.
No,
They're high school.
I mean,
FFA kids.
my nephew.
Volunteer.
My nephew. No,
They're not volunteer.
I pay him, but yeah.
Trade or barter, whatever.
Yeah, I pay him.
Yeah, I do it for silver.
You went from, I think I need to buy this dog, but we also need a puppy for my wife, and you were full-time laborer, make it to, I'm just going to make a go to it, and now you have two random kids
kind
working
of
for you.
in between
Like,
there.
fill in the gaps,
Like,
bro.
in between-
you went
between
from
there,
shit to awesome.
When we first got into it and started buying other dogs after that first one, we were going to try and breed some high end dogs. That's what we bought some really nice pedigree. That's what our plan was.
Okay.
Never really to train. We wanted to run our own dogs, some in some of the competitions and stuff, but not to really. But the breeding we haven't had a lot of real good success at that actually. We've had some serious struggles in breeding for some reason. I don't know why.
Genetics or just...
I don't think it's genetics. It might be some environment. I'm not quite sure. We just have not had good luck. Breeding
Wait, low yields or just
not taken, losing litters, you name it. I mean, I lost $7,000 on one litter one time.
wow.
Golly. So if you don't breed them, though, do you still sell them if you get the chance?
So we do try to breed occasionally, and we have our clients breeding. And there's so many people breeding good labs out there that I buy a lot of puppies.
Okay.
You know, I buy 4 to 6 a year just for me to raise, train, and sell.
Wow.
And some I've bought and sold at 8 weeks old on the way home from the breeder or having somebody pick it up for me.
Yeah.
And some I sold one for pretty good change a couple years ago that was 4 years old.
God bless.
But he
man.
passed the grand, which the average first age for a grand pass is 5 years old. 20% of the dogs pass it out. Like out of 1,000, you have like 200.
Damn.
So, and your average first pass is 5. This dog was 4. I sold him for a good chunk of change and got a contract to bring him back for so many years to keep running the grands.
That just goes to show how top dollar your training is, honestly.
But my plan always is to have, if somebody calls, I want to have what they're looking for.
You want a dog at almost every age.
Yeah, yes.
every breed.
Like last winter, I sold a finished hunting retriever champion master hunter to a veterinarian in Alabama. Yeah. I sold a dog with 3 finished passes. She needed 4 more to become a hunting retriever champion. Very nice, well-bred, 2-year-old dog to a guy in Virginia who's a breeder kind of deal. He has his own trainer, so he takes care of it. He's way out in Virginia. But you know, I've sold dogs at a year old as just a barely started hunting dog, you know. But if somebody calls and, hey, I want this, I've leased dogs to people, you know, just for hunting season if I have them.
You're more of a headhunter.
I'm
for dogs.
You know, I had a client. I had a client. The guy I sold the grand dog to, he's a billionaire in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You're a manager."
Yeah.
I'm managing. He goes, all you do is
you're managing the baseball team.
I'm managing these dogs. That's what I do. I manage dogs.
You know the breeders, you know the trainers, you know people are calling you, telling them, hey, this is a good one, or these two suck.
Well, I know lines, and that's part of buying all the puppies I do every year. I get to see, you know, it's one thing to look at a breeding on paper and see all the titles and stuff for generation.
It don't mean
but
much.
that don't also, well, it does mean a lot.
Yeah,
but you don't see the actual dog's temperaments. And I see thousands of dogs a year, some of the biggest stud dog names in the world in retrievers at these competitions. So I'm watching dogs from all these different lines, and I'm buying a lot of puppies, and I got certain lines that I like better than others. Now, when buying a puppy, that's kind of a sticky situation with people. I don't buy these things you see in the newspaper, right? You know, or what we used to have in newspapers. The first thing I'm looking for is a dog from health-tested parents. Okay. And by health testing, I mean there's the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals in Columbia, Missouri. And they have, from the breed club of every breed, certain tests that the parents have to have and need to either pass to be bred. So for like Labrador retrievers need to have their hips and elbows x-rayed and to a passing grade. They go through in front of 3 different veterinarians and they look at the x-rays and they grade them.
Is that AKC or UKC?
No, that's the OFA. Or UKC and AKC don't give a shit about health testing.
No, I didn't think so. That's
and AKC, everybody thinks that's a big deal. That means a lot. AKC would register a possum if it meant making $10. Okay, so that's why the newspaper thinks my dogs are all registered, yes, and come from lines that have been registered. But I want to see that health testing. I mean, supposedly, according to Google, 40% of all labs carry a hidden genetic disease, and there's like certain ones, like 4 or 5 main ones. Okay, that dog can carry that genetic disease and never show no effects. It's what we call a carrier. But if you breed 2 carriers of the same genetic disease, the puppies will come out affected.
Okay.
And so that's a big thing.
They're tracking.
So that's like that's like Russian roulette, you know. And like I had a guy from DuQuoin, I think he was. Him, his daughter, and family bought a pup from this breeder. I think they're out of business now. They were down by Lake Egypt. Lake Egypt. Henderson Labs or something. They're closed. But they claimed to do health testing. They didn't. They bought this poor puppy. His daughter was crying because the thing at 6 months old wouldn't get up and take a treat from her, wouldn't play with her. Oh. He took it to the vet finally. Guess what? It had hip dysplasia. Yeah. So bad it had to be put down.
Yeah.
You know, just it's a lot of heartache on the people too. So that's why not only just for performance, better health, but heartache, man.
And when you're talking that kind of money, I mean, I know it's kind of a second note to the heartache, but but that kind of money you're talking about to not even be checked, that can be.
So we do the full health testing on anything we're buying, or somebody's had it done
before you would even pay for it. We want to see that.
Or anything we're trying to breed has the full health testing. Right. Like we got 3 nice stud dogs that are very accomplished. I'm actually going to get tomorrow to Purina Farms and to get their hearts checked for heart murmurs, because that's a thing. It's not required. Yeah. It's an optional thing, but I'm getting it done because I think it can get our dogs some extra breedings. But that's how far people are going with this. It's crazy.
It's just like toddlers going to baseball school before they go to high school.
But do everything. The next thing I really look at is the pedigree. That is something I do look at besides the temperaments in health testing. I want to see titles from doing competitions like I do, or hunt tests or field trials, because you know what that shows me? If you see that from one generation to the next, full of it, that tells me most likely I'm going to get a dog that's going to perform the way I want it to in the field.
Yeah. And the kennel is actually designating energy to get those titles.
Well, it just shows that the dogs was able to perform at a certain level. And hopefully it should keep passing on. So the way it's all a gamble.
Would you consider that like a degree, like how everybody goes to college,
I just consider it a proof of
it's proof of insurance,
a proof of performance, I guess.
Yeah. A horse that won the Kentucky Derby would be worth a lot more than.
Correct. Yeah, I get that. But for me, my dog's never going to run a competition.
Right.
But still could be a good dog.
But you can buy a dog at least that's going to by buying a dog with a pedigree of titled parents and grandparents and stuff like that, it's most likely putting the odds in your favor of getting a dog who's going to perform the way you want to. It's less of a gamble, is what I'm going to say.
Right.
I ain't saying you can't get a bad dog from really great pedigrees, but the odds of you getting that shit dog from really great pedigrees compared to getting that great dog from no pedigrees is probably a lot less. And if you're going to stick tens of thousands of dollars in a dog or lots of time, you want to put the odds in your favor and take less of a gamble, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah. And for those non-dog people out there, equate it to banking. The great banks invest in the people that can show them the proof that they can pay back that loan. They have a business model. They have a business plan. They do their due diligence.
You're proving the
versus, hey, my dad's rich. Lend me some money.
You're
I got
proving
this.
the return on investment.
That's all it is.
And I'm not trying to be a dog snob, but the titles, just a blanket statement that your dog is a great hunting dog, that really don't mean shit to me.
No.
Because you know what? I haven't seen one person go into a bar and sit on a bar stool or go into a clubhouse after a hunt and go, my dog's a piece of shit.
I mean,
they come in there because they love their dog and they all say, Fido's the greatest. Yeah. Well, my dogs have a title that actually proves it can perform certain levels of work to certain quality standards.
Yeah, my dog's the greatest. How do you know that? Well, he is...
he's black,
whatever it is, a water race champion, or a retriever. I don't know what.
Yeah, right. But there's levels, There's something that really back what you're. There's something to back what you're actually saying.
You competed against other dogs, and you have come out on top.
Right.
Yeah.
More than they did.
Or no, most of the hunt tests are pass fail. Now the field, it's either against the standard, certain standards.
The hound leagues,
and then now there is like field trials, and like this weekend I went and ran the Super Retriever Series up in Wisconsin. That's placements. People are getting paid. You got a place, so it's a little tougher. They're trying to separate a winner from a group of. It ain't against the standard; it's against each other. So
that's wild.
Yeah, so it's. Depending on how the judges want to judge things and how the rules are, depending on the game you're playing, because there's different venues.
Where's the farthest you've ever shipped a dog?
Shipped,
brought, took.
I mean, I have puppies with me now from Louisiana. I sold that one to a guy in Virginia. I don't know. I mean, the farthest I've ever traveled to do competitions. Obviously, I've spent the last 4 winters in outside of Macomb, Mississippi, about 2 hours north of New Orleans. So I do a lot of them in that area because I'm down there for every February and March because it's too cold here.
Make connections.
Right, and then we go up to Wisconsin. I've been up in Wisconsin, 3-4 hours north of the border in Wisconsin. We've been to Kansas City. That's about as far west as we've ever went. And then out east, my wife actually went and she judges the lower level hunt tests for the younger dogs, and she's went to like the Lake St. Clair on the Great Lakes and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Your wife is right there. Too.
But we're actually leaving in July for 3 weeks for Montana. She's going to judge out there, and I'm going to run dogs outside of Butte.
How long are you going to be out there?
3 weeks or so. Yeah.
Lucky fucker.
That's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, we're loading up
Montana.
We're loading
in
July.
In July.
Oh.
Maybe the mosquitoes, but
Nah, I wouldn't even.
I don't even know if they'll be up there at that elevation.
Compared to the shit we're gonna deal with here.
I'm just jealous, okay?
Yeah.
Going to Montana.
But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. It's going to be nerve-wracking, when you got to take 20 dogs on the road for 20-something hour drive. But we got plans to stop and train at certain places on the way out there and back.
For all you people that take your one dog out there for that vacation down to the Ozarks, he's taking 20 to Montana.
Oh, yeah. Now I got a truck and trailer set up just for that.
I know,
but still, you got to let him out.
He's not going to come after you.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Fuck. Yeah, Peter's got other
Trailer's
things
nicer
to worry
than my
about.
truck.
No, I mean, yeah, the truck and trailer and topper on the box on the bed of the truck is more than my house.
Yes,
Dude.
it's yeah. But that's what you got to do.
Oh yeah,
You're hauling a lot of potential.
a lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like hauling the bank around with you.
I carry $500,000 in insurance on the dogs for when I'm in the truck and trailer.
Damn. Yeah, because not even
20 dogs.
How long
That's
would take you forever to even replace it.
Yeah, and some of them dogs, they got 20, 30,000 in them.
All right, who's your favorite right now?
What, favorite dog?
Yeah. Wait, how many do you have first?
What
50.
do you mean
How
by
many
what do you mean by half? I have my personal dogs that I'll never sell. I have personal dogs that I'll sell, and then I have client dogs. So where do you want to start?
Every animal you personally own that you would sell. How many, roughly? We talking 5? We talking 20?
Right now we're kind of low, I think, but I'm getting 3 puppies in the next month.
Yeah, we're talking current.
That I would sell.
Yep.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it would take a lot of money.
I didn't ask that. What do you got? 2, 4, 12, 9?
See, I got to think about this.
Jesus. You're counting through each box, aren't you?
Well, I got to
Not
think
gonna
about it.
sell that one. Fuck
No,
that.
well, right now we're not selling this tawny little young one. Ryan, I got him. He's pretty accomplished, and he's still 3, but
Good
that's
potential.
it take a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I got Bo for sale right now. I sold Hippie to a guy in Mississippi. So yeah,
Hippie, Mississippi.
There's gotta be
but
Easy hunter number 2.
but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know.
I didn't know it was that complicated. of a
Oh,
question.
it is. It
Okay,
is tough.
all right. If you could only take one dog out for your own personal hunt, what dog would you grab today?
Well, that's easy. I take my old girl Raven.
Okay.
She's my best.
How old is she?
She's 10. She was my best dog. She's starting to put down her own.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, she did finish 7th in the Super Retriever Series this weekend. So that was my best finish ever in that. And she missed the final cut for the finals by 16 points, which isn't much. That's like 2 whistles ever on the whole series, but like three previous series.
Was she one of the oldest?
Well, yeah, I'm sure. And on the one run, you could see it was hot, even up there.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking, these are long retrieves, heavy cover uphills, you name it, crazy.
Define long. 200 yards? 100 yards?
Oh, yeah, 200 yards all day long.
200 yards?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
But you can tell by the time she picked up ran the blind, then went, so she sat, and they shot off a mark here, a mark there, and let's say a mark here, a triple. one at a time, but you watch them move, and then she, instead of picking up the last one down like you normally would, you had to tell her no, and they had a blind past one of the marks that they didn't see fall, that you had to get her to run by the one where she saw it fall with whistle commands, pick that up, then you had to pick the triple up. So the whole time she's trying to get that, her memories, they're losing memory. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call it, burning memory. And so, by the end of it, she was really gassed. You could tell.
I don't think I could get a person to do that.
Yeah. I have a fucking off the wall question.
Okay.
So
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, this is crazy rabbit hole, but you're the man to ask. So So I've been trying to keep up with it, but in the news recently, they're saying that what they're trying to they're debating on doing is what they're going to do is start studying dogs for cancers and like human diseases like dementia and other things that like they can't figure out the success of it. You know, they tested on mice, and that's mice. It's completely different than humans. So dogs are with us everywhere. Dogs are around us, so they're in a better environment of us. Do you see that in dogs, like dementia? Like you said, burning memory. Do you see those things that kind of correlate between, you know?
Sometimes I think some of my older dogs are getting a little bit goofy in dementia, but I don't really know. I'm mainly a poop picker upper. That's what I'm good best at. You're way more beyond my brain power on talking about stuff like that.
But like the way they describe.
I'm number one at number two.
Well, so like CBS did a story on Sunday about it, and the way they said they were they're testing they're having people bring dogs in and test them, and the way they're using the test was they had say like 5 horseshoes in a row. You're 20 yards away, not even 20 yards. They drop a treat in one of them, and it's labeled C. Well, the dog goes to fucking B first and doesn't remember within a minute that the treat's under C. And so, like, for me, so my dog does that shit. And so, like, I was just wondering.
Yeah, I have no clue, man. You're hurting my brain.
You don't put
about all that.
I
don't even watch TV, man, or anything. I don't even know what's going on in the world right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's something that's directly correlated to dogs.
That's a good thing, man.
I think
that's a good thing.
I tell you, I just kind of close out the whole world. I tell people I was social distancing before it was cool. But where I live down in the bottoms, after the flood of '93, there ain't much around down there where I live, and I kind of like it that way. I used to be a little wild, and run around Waterloo, Columbia, and out and stuff. And I can't be around that type of situation anymore. And I like, and I found really all that political stuff and everything. There's too much money and all that shit. They don't give a shit what we think. So I just try to make it day by day. That's all my thing. I ain't looking to get rich doing what I do. I just look to survive and have real nice equipment. And I just kind of hide out other than what I have to travel for competitions.
Yeah, kind of going off of that, we've interviewed a lot of local business owners, and they all talk about how what they do, they started off as being their hobby and what they love to do, and now they do it as full-time business. And same thing with you. Do you have any advice to our listeners out there on how to make that a reality, like how to make your hobby a full-time living?
Man, I don't know about that, but the first thing I would recommend to anybody starting a business is probably you're better off to save up some capital before anything. Because let me tell you,
you don't want to borrow it.
It's hell when you're starting a business and you don't have much money, extra money, and you're constantly needing to upgrade everything till you get to a certain point. And then say a customer owes you money or don't pay you money. Oof. Well, that could have been the money that was your house payment that month. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about stressful, anxious situation that I've went through over the years at times, because not everybody always pays their bill. It's amazing. Usually they do, but sometimes they're late. Well, and I don't mind that so much as long as they communicate, but I'm pretty flexible. But God dang, it puts me in a pinch because I didn't have no money starting out, and I don't have much now, to be honest, but I have some nice stuff, and I do pretty well. And some of the things you really need to do if you're going to start a business, make sure you're doing everything correctly and being legit. My house is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I don't have a neighbor close, nothing.
God bless.
And it's in the middle of ag fields. and I thought I was zoned properly, and then some other dog trainer that used to be around Monroe County got in all kinds of trouble. Next thing I know, I'm not zoned properly. I had to go through this whole process, get a special use permit.
Really?
It was a nightmare.
Golly.
It had me so scared to death because this is my livelihood, and it's hard to find a place to go with 20 dogs real quick. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had to shut down.
You told by the county, like, hey, you can't do this no more.
Well, right, and I don't even want to get into it because this guy got into it with him twice. The first time I asked the zoning people, "Oh, you're fine," they told me, because you live in the middle of nowhere, and even the people on the
You're not pissing off anybody.
right, and even the people when I went to get the special use permit on the boards, you got to be in front of 2 different big boards in the county here. And
don't give them that title. They're not big.
Well, there's like 10 to 15 people on each one. Okay,
That's
big to
small.
us.
but there's a lot of people on it. And I don't understand why you got to meet the 2 of them, because one either recommends or don't recommend you, and the other one approves or don't approve you. Can't that same one be the same one?
Right.
Welcome to Monroe County.
But whatever. I mean, but even somebody on that pointed out there was no complaints. And I'd been down there 10, 15 years.
All right, so what the fuck are they doing?
So it was all because that other guy got in so much trouble, and then I wasn't saying.
Once one person gets fucked for it, they look at everybody.
Yes,
Even if you're
Hey,
trying to do it right.
And another big thing with dog training and dog kennels in Illinois is if you're keeping somebody's dogs in your house and they're paying you, or in your shed, in your building, watching them, training them, whatever,
you're responsible for them.
that you're supposed to be licensed by the Department of Agriculture in the state of Illinois.
What?
And subject to random inspections.
And wait, that ain't free.
No, it ain't free, but it isn't that much. It's $300 the first year and $100 every year other. But there's a lot of people that, like, I ain't gonna name some of the business, but some of the boarding facilities that have opened in Monroe County didn't even have a clue when they opened up that you had to do that. I mean, and they are now, but it's amazing. But I didn't know that either. And I was sitting there one day, had some dogs out, and this lady pulls up in this car. I'm like, who the hell's this? Because I was looking this way, and the driveway's over here. The dogs that were out went, who's this?
And you
live
in the middle of nowhere.
And I live in the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, luckily they're all older dogs, so I stopped them all. I said, no, here. And she started getting, I said, I'll be right with you. And I put them dogs up, and she was very helpful. But I knew I was supposed to be licensed, but I hadn't ever done it because I couldn't get no reply from them, for one, to answer my questions on the application. But she was very helpful, helped me with everything, and I've been licensed now for quite a while. But
that's positive, then.
But you need to know all the zoning, the regulations, whatever your business is going to be, so you know what you're actually subject to, and your insurance and carrying. A lot of these businesses, I have friends in the dog world had no clue. If you're using a vehicle for business and you get in a wreck, and your insurance company finds out,
it's a commercial vehicle.
That's a commercial vehicle. You better have commercial vehicle insurance, or they may not pay your claim.
Yeah.
So, or something, people don't understand a lot of that.
In my world, even if we took a magnet and stuck it on someone else's vehicle that had our company name, that's instantly a company vehicle.
Yes.
Whether I own it or
your liability goes back to you. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Those questions are
people don't know that, and they think that. So I mean, it's a big deal.
Start a kennel. It's super easy. There's nothing. It's
making money.
What it is
let's get these dogs. Let's feed them.
They use Google to figure it out.
How much money we can make?
Right.
But license, insurance.
Right. They don't.
Tax it.
You make all kinds of money if you don't do the proper things and don't have the overhead. Yes.
And that is not specific to your profession, sir.
No.
That's all service-based companies. You can do it legit,
all right,
and you can either eat it or you can charge it, and you're in that world, or you can do it not legit, and absolutely it can be cheaper,
right?
But you're throwing the dice.
Oh yeah,
you're either going to get fucked or your customers are going to get fucked.
Definitely,
because it's going to be one of the two.
Somebody at some point,
somebody is paying for it.
It's going to get fucked.
Yes,
unless you have the liabilities in those the liability coverage costs money.
Oh yeah,
so that's the difference between a true company and just someone who
it's just some big stuff that I've kind of learned the hard way over the years and kind of worked my way through a lot of it.
Good.
Brother, we all
To try and just be a legitimate company, you know.
And there's no resource out there saying, "Hey, you're going to start a kennel."
Right.
Top 5 things you need to do first.
Right.
Get liability insurance. Make sure your zoning permits on.
Right.
There's none of that shit. You're just like, I want to raise dogs at my place.
Right.
There's nobody around me. Why the fuck can't I do that?
Why can't I have dogs? Yeah, no.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
it's
granted,
not-
there's 114 of them, but most are puppies.
Right.
Some are my wives.
Right. And ironically, I will admit this. Ever since then, we have looked at buying some property, and it probably won't be in Monroe County because as soon as you go one county over to Randolph or Perry or over to Franklin, not only is land cheaper and taxes less, there's no zoning in the county on dog businesses.
Yep. The only bad way you could go would be St. Clair.
Yeah.
That would be worse than Monroe, quite frankly, to that.
But yeah, even if I wanted to buy a piece of property in Monroe County to build a new facility and have training grounds and stuff, unless it was commercial property, I'd have to get a special use permit. So that makes a whole other problem, especially because I ain't going to buy it. I would buy it, make an offer contingent on getting the special use permit. Because that's the only way I can do it. Because if you bought this property and then you couldn't get the special use permit, what do you do then? You're stuck with that property. You can't even use it.
And you overpaid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
because it's
property
in
you
Monroe
need.
County.
Yeah, the property you needs 3 times that with it already in place.
Right.
So, yeah, double-edged sword.
Take a break.
Take a break, guys.
We felt it.
Sorry.
We're back.
Dude. Monroe County on the scope. We are back from our break with my cohorts, Willie Wetzel, Gavin Clements, and Jeremy Ries, controversial dog breeder in the Monroe County area.
Oh, here we go.
No, I totally forgot where we left off, to be
I don't
honest.
know either. Where do we want to start? How about that?
Right.
All right, so which direction from the center of town do you live? You said you live in the middle of nowhere.
The bottom's the only place
North,
direction
south.
that it is.
I live
South, east,
west.
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 There's only one way.
All right, so are the solar farms invading your property? Or
I don't
connecting
think
to
so. I'm too far down there.
them? You don't go to the city council meetings or anything like that?
No.
Not choosing.
I mean, I do see that there's solar farms coming, and I really don't know what to think about that. I got some pro thoughts and some con thoughts on that. Sure.
Let's hear 'em.
Pro thoughts are it is jobs for construction workers, be it a farmer construction worker. The con is it's going to be short term, and the long term effects, what are they of the solar farm? Obviously it's a person's property, so they should be able to do what they want, but it affects other people's properties because I know I sure wouldn't want to fucking look out my window and see the son of the bitches. And I never really thought too much about it before. The only time I ever saw them was going up and down the interstate. So it didn't really ever bother me. You go down 55 south heading towards like Louisiana and stuff where I winter, you see them along the road there. Heading out west over by like Owensboro, Kentucky and stuff like that, you see them.
Yeah.
One of my friends lives outside of Owensboro, Kentucky, and he's a dog trainer. I went over to his house, and he was always bitching about them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh.
Okay.
I'm like, man, is it really that bad? So I said my experience was driving by him, going down the interstate, so you don't give a shit.
What was his biggest bitches, though?
Well, I realized it when I got there, because I went to his house. So I go off the interstate, go through Owensboro, Kentucky, and he lives outside of town, probably 10 miles on these country roads.
Hallsville?
And this solar farm, I don't know how many acres it is, but it's thousands of acres there. Oh, yeah. I mean, on both sides of the road. It's like you're driving through the middle of it on the county roads with fences everywhere and nothing but... It's kind of eerie and weird then.
That's kind of how it is going past Baldwin Power Plant. I mean, on the left,
I haven't
you
been out
have
over there to see that yet.
all solar panels for acres and acres
Really
and
not.
acres.
See, I ain't been over there at all. To see that since they
It's
did
not,
that.
it's not as much as you're talking about.
Correct.
The ground he's talking about used to be awesome hunting ground.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
That's gone now.
Gone.
Sure.
It's all solar panels.
But, I don't blame the people whose property it is because from what I hear, which I don't know if it's true or not, I couldn't really tell you. Like I said, I kind of social distance. it's more money than they can even get farming, from what I hear, and they don't have to do shit. So, I mean, that's hard to pass up, I would say,
Yeah, we had other guests
But
on
bust
that
your
had
ass,
similar opinions.
bust your ass, and barely make enough to survive, or you don't have to do nothing, and you're making more money and no inputs. You're not having no expenses really. So,
Yep. I'm with you. It's really
so-
tough.
but as far as like power, I think it sucks really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
You can't beat coal. I'm sorry.
But,
Sorry,
but
yeah,
the
I'm with you.
financial incentives to the landowners
From the
you can't
government,
just
though.
whisk that away like you greedy fuckers.
But-
Like, really?
Yeah.
And it's their land. If it's their land, their decision. I respect
But it
whatever.
affects the people who live next to them. Kind
Right.
of like my dog business. When I had to get my special use permit, any neighbor within so many feet of whatever of my property line got a letter and had an opportunity to come up there and bitch. So I don't know that too because it affects them. But yeah, as far as power, I think it's horrible, and I hate that they're shutting down coal plants and going to it because it's getting hot.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell if they don't have enough power now? Because, I mean, it's great in theory, but they don't have the scope of it and the efficiency of it to make it work and replace the coal power as fast as they are trying to.
Illinois used to
Places
be-
are short power. And now you got these AI data centers or whatever and shit that say suck all the water and stuff, and it's kind of the same deal there. We don't have power to power everything else now because they're trying to get away from coal. And then they're going to use all our power and them things. I don't know. The world's screwed. That's where I come to the conclusion. That's why I just kind of
Yeah.
hide out.
I'm with you, man. It's a lot less
Hermit.
stressful.
On the
Yeah.
data center topic, there's one I know is going down in
The caves, supposedly,
caves.
yeah. And
That's-
water usage. And I mean, that's,
Hey, those
Have they-
data centers get a bad rap, though. I mean,
oh, I don't know about it. They're using all that water.
So-
They say
Yeah,
Let
heat
Hunter
generator-
number 2 speak his mind. Go ahead.
those got to be somewhere, regardless. I mean, that's where we're going.
Yep.
So either they're here, somewhere,
picked up.
or are getting jobs and money off of it, or guess where else they're going to build it?
Well, okay, but
China.
I get that.
Bullshit.
But here's the deal: the construction jobs. I'm a former construction worker. I'm very pro construction. Are going to be great for something like that, like over in
Exactly.
Montgomery County, Missouri. But after they're built, all them big buildings on how many ever hundreds of acres,
Yep.
it takes like 6 guys to run one of them fucking buildings around the clock.
So you want your data in China, or you want it in
I don't want no data. What happens when all
How
the water's
much
gone?
data does he really need?
I mean, I want water. I want not a heated up earth from the heat
Clean
center.
water.
Clean water. Yeah.
Good.
I don't know. It's
Good
a
crazy.
bad rap?
That's why I want to buy a plot of land in
So-
the middle of nowhere and just fucking live off of it, man.
It's like these
I
movies in
overheard
the
a
future
comment.
when it turns the whole world turns to the desert. That's what them things are going to lead us to.
I
agree.
overheard a conversation of somebody local that I need to talk to and see if I can get him on the podcast. But he said he's retired now, but still has another job publicly. And he said that they used to be helping build data centers in the 70s and the 80s. So we've been building these around the country for well over 60 years.
What?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
AI's been an industry since the '90s, even.
Yup.
This is a big server.
Yeah.
We've
We've been building them since the 70s. It's just now made its way in the
Do you
news.
think that all the empty commercial spaces across the country can now be optimized as data farms, even if they're skyscrapers?
And then our
I mean,
electric
look at
bill
all,
will go
look at all
up by
the
double.
downtown St. Louis buildings that are empty that they could just fill up with stuff like that.
Well, would you rather use a forklift to put it on the ground, or would you rather
you don't
manhandle
even
it?
have to go to St. Louis. Go to
Yeah.
Belleville.
We'll go to fucking East St. Louis.
Go to East St. Louis.
I don't want a data center
Hey, East St. Louis.
150 miles.
Put a fucking data center in East St.
No.
Louis. I'm cool with that.
I don't want my electric bill to go up anymore. I'm good.
That's the problem.
Pittsburgh's the reason behind our electric bill
Don't
going
even
up.
fucking
It's not a
start me on
state
that
thing.
bastard.
It's not a state thing. But
It's a
you're
state
not,
thing.
You're not wrong.
No, it's
so
a state thing.
You're telling me that a data center
That
in
budget he just
Oklahoma-
passed, it raises our electric bills whether there's a data center or not.
Well, yeah, that too. It's on top of it.
Wait, but what you said is that he just passed
The budget.
the budget. Just passed it. There's no voting. You can be pissed off. You don't have to agree with it. It's already law. Well,
They passed it like 3 a.m. I think.
Yes.
That's when they do it.
It's coming whether you like it or not.
so
It
the
ain't no
public can't
different than
object.
Waterloo keeping that 1% grocery tax.
Yeah.
It ain't no different.
That 1% does it really add up to anything though?
I mean,
That's
$1.
$1
It's a dollar.
for every.
What about all the gambling in Monroe County?
Right.
yeah.
That's something that blew my mind up. Before my dad died, he read the paper a lot and shit
Yeah.
like that. And every year they posted the like numbers of amount of money that goes
yeah.
on in gambling by county and
Well,
stuff.
have you heard about where that goes?
But the thing that amazed me is
Did Monroe make number 2 again?
I don't know what they made, but the number just floored me when he told me how much money people stuck in them things. And they're losing money.
Yeah.
And it's just, I know a guy whose mom died, he inherited her house. Now, he had issues, don't get me
Wait,
wrong.
take a guess
But he
at-
lost her whole house
Sure.
because of the fucking machines.
Put me on a poker table with that guy. Like,
Take a guess at the number you heard.
I want to say my dad told me a couple of years ago it was like $30-something million or something like that for a year that goes through the machines
yeah,
for Monroe County.
Whoa.
I believe it.
It's crazy. Like 36, I want to say.
Yeah,
That was a
there's
couple
re-
years ago.
I don't care.
That's a lot of
If
money.
you're even kind of close.
That's a lot.
Whoa.
It's a trap.
And I mean, look at it where every gas station, you'll pull up, there'll be 10 cars there, and you won't see
Yeah,
one
they're
person.
parked in the front. They're parked in
they're
the
all
front.
back.
You gotta go take a shit. They're in your way. Yeah.
In Redbud, they took the gas pumps out just to put the gambling machines in. They're like, fuck it, we don't need to sell gas.
And they
Yeah.
wonder why no one goes to Vegas.
Yeah, nobody's going to Vegas because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's just crazy.
Good point.
But one thing I saw.
And then you look at Missouri. Missouri's fighting it.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's all illegal gambling machines across Jefferson.
I mean, and what do they do with that money? I mean, the city gets some, and they've renovated every damn building. I think. I mean,
From what we've been told on our podcast, the money from the gambling machines in Monroe County, well, in the city limits, so Waterloo, Columbia, they go to beautification projects
Right.
for those cities.
Well, I mean, they about got every building in town probably has had a new
Willie, that's what they tell you.
That's the publicity stunt. I agree.
No, we had
Every city budget, every county budget, every state budget, every federal budget.
Yep.
It's line by line. Nobody goes through it. If people did, even in the city of Waterloo,
I have a red
or
flag
Columbia,
for you.
or Redbud, please, everyone, look at the budget
Yep.
and how the money's allocated.
I have a red flag for you. So I met with a client that lives close to the fire station. Well, guess what? The fire station is adding a pavilion. They just built this brand new fucking building, but they're adding a pavilion. You know why they need this pavilion? Because their smoker is out in the rain whenever they need lunch. They need a pavilion so they can go out there.
What's the cost in the budget?
Couldn't even tell you. But I have no clue. But I just know that building has been under construction for 2 months now.
Everyone bitches. The
Taxes
the
are paying
president,
for
the
it.
secretary. Look at your local government. Start with
Yep.
look at the budget and see where the money is
Raise
allocated
hell locally.
and ask questions.
Yep.
That's my suggestion to everyone.
or just ignore it all. Don't even worry about it. Dude.
Or live in the middle of nowhere and just
Yeah, but-
hope the solar farms.
And
don't
I agree with you
develop
too, because
here.
like
Jeremy.
I'm in
That's
this
going
moral
on.
mindset of like, do you live off the grid? You enjoy
It
your life.
just-
There's
it
nobody
just
bothering
isn't worth
you.
all the
No, but
anxiety.
the minute somebody figures out that you're off grid, though, they're gonna ruin it for you.
Oh yeah.
The minute they figure that
When,
out,
when you move out, you're like, fuck that. That's city problems.
Yeah.
You move out to the county. Eventually, those city problems are gonna creep out to you.
Yeah.
So
just like
you
they
can
are in
fight 'em
Sandra.
now, or you can fight them later.
Yep.
But you're gonna fight them. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, I know there's a lot of people out there in Monroe County that are like, Tom, you're a dumbass. You have no idea. That's strictly my feeling, my opinion.
You know, the people in power, you ain't gonna change much. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, there's hopefully a new county board member now, so that'll change some things. Maybe there'll be a little, that whole nursing home debacle and all that stuff. I mean,
You gonna vote for Stan?
I don't vote for Waterloo anyway.
good reaction.
damn
Good
it.
reaction.
But I don't know Stan, but I do read about him on Facebook occasionally. A little controversy there, I'm sure it sounds like, but not really involved in that, so I don't know. Nothing wrong with having a few drinks at the bar, but I guess if you're going to abuse your power, I don't know. A little bit how you talk to people, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's true or not there.
Yeah, what you hear and what you see and can be a little different.
Oh, for sure.
Well, and it's the exact same thing like you were saying about dogs. What people post, what people advertise about dogs is completely different than what they are.
Marketing goes a long way.
That's right.
This dog comes from here.
I see people that are in the service industry or have businesses. Some are really good, some are not so good, but some are really good at marketing that suck and still make pretty good money.
Yep.
You can't come true to your promises.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Great marketing,
but
service.
Some people, they marketing and that gets them sales because people don't have no. A big thing with dog training is most people's expectations are way too low.
Wait.
Like you way too low. They don't understand.
I thought you were going to say high.
No, most.
You said fucking low.
There's a lot of.
They don't.
I see a lot of inadequate dog trainers making money and providing services and being successful that train a mediocre dog. It is because people's expectations of what a dog is capable of is down here, and they don't understand what they're really capable is up here.
Strictly to your profession or all breeds, all trainers?
I would say
in your profession,
I would
labs.
Definitely. There's some in the hunting retriever type scenario for sure.
Okay.
A lot of the people. No, I mean, because I do some basic obedience on large breeds for people around here and stuff, and so you ain't getting a trained dog on basic obedience in 2 weeks. Some of these basic obedience trainers say they could have a dog trained in 2 weeks and charge you $3,000. It ain't going to be a trained dog. It may know some commands, but it ain't going to be solid. Yeah. Our basic obedience program is 2 months. And that's on and off lead, which most of them are on lead in 2 weeks.
I think that's even low.
But I mean, people they don't understand how smart dogs are and what they're capable of learning. I guess is the best thing if taught properly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. So their standard or expectation is down here, and there's trainers that meet that, so they're happy and. They have no idea until eventually they go, somebody that is better and shows them what a real dog can do, and explains it.
So the longer you do it, do you get to kind of pick the people that you sell your dogs to or take on as clients?
Oh, I'm selective on who I sell a dog to.
Was that the same when you started? Or are you getting more selective?
Oh, as I go on and have more success and my business is more stabilized, definitely
you learn
a little more selective and stuff like that on things for sure because I can be. I ain't just trying to survive. I'm to a point where I'm doing pretty good.
Whether you're training dogs or cleaning houses, when you start, you'll do anything.
Right. A little more hungry.
A little more hungry.
A little more willing to deal with a customer.
You have to buy groceries.
I have since fired customers, yes, that were too much, too annoying.
To me, that's when an entrepreneur or a business owner, when they're like, I made it, when I didn't have to take on that shitty client that I knew was shitty. That's when
that's a big relief.
That's a big one
for business ownership.
I'm on the ice there still.
You're what?
I'm on the ice there. I'm firing people, but
you said no to people.
Firing
yeah.
Customers.
Oh,
yeah.
No, not me. Yeah, no, I still work for him.
What?
Wait, what?
I'm firing clients.
Anyone specific? You want to name them?
Probably not on the show.
Why not?
I mean, I'd love to name them, but nah. I wish I could come up with somebody funny to name, but I mean, technically, I fired Reed.
So, what's your basic objection to the pool? It seemed like you had a lot of animosity
towards
just
hard
hunter
to find.
number 2 and yourself.
I've seen probably thousands of dogs every year at these competitions. Every year. I've been full-time at this since 2019. You know how many poodles I've seen? Not very many.
7.
No, I've seen a lot more than 7, but a very small percentage have been poodles, right?
Out of 40,000, 1,000's a small percentage.
And not even 1,000 probably. It's been
Right.
smaller. But you know how many of them that I would actually want to own?
0.
Probably 2. There's a guy outside of Nashville, Tennessee that has a really nice poodle. And I've seen one other one. I can't remember where it was, but there was one other one.
So what's so special about poodles?
Huh? About them poodles?
Yeah, about them too.
They had high drive. They retrieved like a full-on retriever. They didn't tippy-toe into the water. They wanted a bird.
So you saw them performing.
Yes.
And you were
Like a retriever.
intrigued, like, wow, that's a credit to the breed.
So when I'm watching these dogs and this, and we're talking, me and my trainer buddies and other amateur trainers and trainers that I hang out, in these little circuits, because we all overlap some places and stuff, because we're going to all these competitions. They're all over. Well, you get to talking because you're sitting there all day waiting to run your dog, so you got nothing else to do but watch other people run their dogs, And some dogs you look at it and you go, man, that's a piece of shit. Just being honest.
Okay.
And sometimes that's a real nice poodle or a nice Boykin Spaniel.
Stop.
But when you want to really have a dog that's a nice compliment, that's a nice dog. Nice retriever. There's one thing to be good for that little breed.
Yep.
There's one thing to be good overall.
In the retriever genre.
Yeah.
Not just your specific
Right.
That's
poodle,
why I
lab.
think you need to take poodle into your mix.
You find a good bred one, we will. But it'll pay me to train it. That's how that works.
Golden Doodles.
That's how that shit works. Prove him wrong.
Golden Doodles.
You find me a good.
What's your opinion about Golden Doodles?
That's a mutt, man. It's an expensive mutt. That's a mixed breed.
That's a house pet that weighs on.
But don't get me wrong, I've trained some to do basic
Shut the
obedience.
fuck up.
Basic obedience.
Really? Yeah. Basic. Yeah.
I'll train anything to do basic obedience. You can't hate the dog for that, man. They all need trained.
Okay. Moco Bottom Labs trains all dogs to do what?
Basic obedience.
Basic obedience.
We won't train them all to do retrieving, but we'll do basic obedience.
If
we got room.
They can find you on
you got
Facebook,
room for a corgi.
Hey, no, large breeds only. Hey. It's hard for the one dog. But when, like you said, when I first started,
anything.
hey, that was 2 months' pay.
4 legs and a tail.
Yeah.
I'll train the shit.
Nowadays, there ain't very much of that going on. Let's put it that way. I'm mostly retrievers.
Well, congratulations to being so good at what you do that you get to be picky.
But
I mean, you're not getting rich, like none of us do. But the point isn't to get rich; it's to sustain your life,
have a nice living, comfortable living,
be happy,
nice equipment, doing what I love.
be able
all
to
you
say
need.
no,
Yeah.
or yes to whatever.
Right. Have a little fuck you money.
Yeah,
As John Goodwin once said.
Yeah. Right.
10% of the shit box. And
Yep.
Yeah.
fuck you money.
Yeah, a little fuck you money.
Some words to live by right there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Willie, what breed is your dog again?
Black Lab.
Any tips on how to train a black lab, on how to stay next to me instead of jumping out in front of me?
He
as I
does it
fish the
fine
lake?
for me. He does fine for me.
Dude, put a leash on him.
Yeah,
He does fine for me.
that too.
Don't
Dude,
let off the
okay,
leash
so
until they can
Gavin,
do what you want.
Gavin will be sitting on the dock fishing, and this fucking dog will go up right next to Gavin and just sit there and watch him wag his tail all day till sundown.
Which is
Well,
fine. Yeah, I pet him.
He's
It's
perfect.
fine. And I throw the fish back when I catch him, and he jumps in after
He didn't
him.
jump in, did he?
Oh, you're making a game of it then.
Did he
That's
jump?
not-
Did
Well,
he
he's
jump
thinking
in?
he should retrieve that.
Did he?
Right.
Not on
Right.
the dock. But
You might have been down
he
and
jumped
put it
in,
in
he
the water.
swam around right
But
in
it
front
was
of me.
today.
Yeah, today.
See, today I
Hey,
get
sit
the dog.
down.
Did you
water.
hear his
No, no,
fucking
no.
suggestion?
No.
He said, instead of throwing it like a retriever would love you to do, just bend down and just dip it. in
So
water.
I'm gonna stand up for the fucking dog.
making it
It's
a fucking
100
game.
degrees today. The dog won't do. I'd stand at the porch 100 yards away from the
Your
pond. I'd
dog's 3
say,
years old.
2.
Okay.
It's not like I smacked the shit out of him. I didn't. I didn't.
That's
You know,
like
it was okay. It was whatever.
They're all
Yeah,
married.
I'd stand at the patio today when Gavin went to go leave, and I said, "Dog, go get wet." He'd take off 100 yards, go get wet in the pond.
He didn't even have to throw
He
anything.
didn't have to throw nothing. I just said go get wet.
They sell a book on Amazon by Richard Waters called Water Dog. It's like $9.
That thing's so outdated and so horrible. There's
That's
so many
all.
more methods.
We need to have you two
That's
on some
hunter number
debate.
two's plug for the night.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago,
What was it from
Richard Walters.
Oprah's book club again?
It's from like 1962. There's so many better methods.
2 weeks
George
ago,
Carlin said this is a great book to read.
2 weeks ago when y'all were out there fishing, that dog did not get in the water once. Unless I was there.
I've only been there once.
He only got in the water when I threw
actually twice.
the fish in there.
Yeah.
So
See,
he's right.
See you through
He's
the
right.
tree.
He's
Thought he was
right.
gonna make a tree.
Tell your family about the truck he bought to rehab to show off the rest of the family.
Oh yeah.
Nah,
So let's hear about this lake. You got a
don't
nice
worry
lake?
about it when I get
Really
done.
nice lake. He has a
It's-
feeder out there.
Yeah, about
It's
half
small, but
acre.
it's loaded
Yeah,
with fish.
but I mean it's.
Is
Yeah.
it a round pond, rectangle pond? Got some points on it?
What do you say?
It's like a
bean?
U-shape.
Kidney bean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kidney
about
bean.
16 foot deep,
Yeah.
20 foot deep out in the middle.
I'm always looking for different lakes, but
Yeah,
I like
it's
some
all
points
tree-
on them. I
all
want points.
trees.
No, I want big open ground around it.
Yeah,
I
all
want
trees.
to be able to throw a bird like 200
Over the
yards on the other
CrossFit.
side from 200 yards on this side. And
We
then
need
hit that
opposite
water.
lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good fishing
Got
lake
a
is
big
the
ass
same.
area.
You know you're always welcome at the Brandenburger Farm.
I'm sure, but I don't know about that. I don't remember how theirs is laid out.
Jeremy, can I ask a question about trials?
Go ahead.
So
Hunter number 2.
when you say throw birds, are they actually throwing like dead ducks or?
Depends on the venue.
I'm sorry.
Depends on the venue.
Okay.
So the Super Retriever series throws the plastic dummies. They can throw dead birds, but they throw plastic dummies most of them because it's cheaper for the club.
Okay.
Your Avery Sport birds and such. Now, a lot of your hunt tests and field trials, them are real birds. Farm raised birds, not wild.
Right.
But and then the AKC hunt test and field trials, a lot of them will have what's called a live flyer. That's where they throw a live bird up and they actually shoot it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes they're
Now-
crippled, sometimes they're not. They don't always lay in the same spot though.
Oh,
So for the ones that the hunting trials that you're talking about,
Uh-huh.
where they throw out the dead ones,
Yeah.
do they keep throwing the same dead bird out multiple times,
Well, they usually have so many for every site.
or does each dog get a fresh bird?
No, not each dog don't
That's
get a
what I'm
fresh
saying.
bird. Only at the start, usually.
So there's dogs retrieving birds that
been in
Other
6
dogs
different
are
dogs'
retrieved.
mouths.
So when the local retriever club has their hunt test, I'll take a bunch of their birds that they've used for 2 days that are in pretty good shape, and I got a bunch of freezers, and I freeze them all. They give them to me, and I'll throw them for training. Because I don't care if I get 1 day or if I get a week out of them after I freeze them,
So good.
because I didn't have to buy them. Because if you buy a dead duck, to buy a live duck, you're looking at $15 to $20 a bird.
Yeah. Yeah. What is Olin is still up there in Brighton.
Yeah,
still
they
throw
don't,
live
they don't do a
birds.
lot of stuff there. They're more of just a hunting and shooting
That's
shooting complex and
Yeah.
hunting preserve.
Yeah.
They don't do field trial stuff or anything anymore. That all kind of died with John Olin.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well,
They have dogs there, but they just use them for upland.
Who was John Oldman?
John Olin,
Yeah.
Winchester Olin, John Olin. He owned a dog named King Buck. King Buck was a big national retriever champion in field trials. The only dog to be on the U.S. postage stamp.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or only retriever, something
Big
like that.
deal.
He was a big deal.
Big
But he's
deal.
just up there by Brighton.
Yeah,
Or
that's
Godfrey.
what the- yeah.
Godfrey.
Brighton. It's right
Brighton,
there south
Godfrey.
of Brighton.
Off 67 right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a shooting preserve now.
It's shooting.
They got skeet and they got
Sporting clothes.
they got farm raised
Fucking expensive.
pheasants and chuckers. And they actually have farm raised ducks that they train
Yeah.
to fly in and you shoot them. They don't really like
They
decoy.
fly
They
up
just shoot
and
by.
then back
Yeah.
up.
way.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
And you
it's
can say you went. You can say you
the
went
best
dug
taste of
on.
kind.
hunter number 2's cheap.
Wow, I guess it's
Yeah.
no different from a fully stocked fishing lake. I mean,
Yeah, no, like a pay lake kind of deal.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
that's fucking awesome. That's like the only area I hear of around here that actually does something like that.
No, there's several.
Yeah.
You can go to Red Lake and do it. You can go to
Yep.
up by what the hell, Mulberry Grove. There's a guy up there that does it.
Dang.
Yeah, Red Lake's pretty good pheasant.
Yeah, I've never done it.
It's you gotta get in there on a good day, but it's worth
Those are
it.
planted too, though, right?
They're not planted.
released.
They're released
Not
from
planted.
the road. They're released from the road, and you run a pointer around the ground, and you'll find them. But I mean, you could do it without a dog, and that's kind of
Grab them with
worthless.
your hands.
Yeah, it's
Some of the
It's
farm
pretty-
raised ones you about got kicked, they say, to get up, especially if it's wet
Yeah.
out a little bit.
yep.
Them chuckers are really bad at the game preserves for that.
Yeah.
You
And see, the World Shooting Complex does a youth shooting thing with pheasants.
oh, do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that.
you go down there and you can run pheasants down there. They'll release them down there. They won't overwinter,
Right.
but you can youth pheasant hunt down there. Yeah. We used to raise quail and pheasant as kids, so I kind of know.
That's awesome.
We had a German short hair pointer, so I know that side of the world too.
So,
But-
you are a landowner in Hecker, right about area. I got a bird guy. We could buy pheasants and quails and transport them. And
Where's he
raise them
from?
around.
Columbia?
He is right down the road from you, actually.
Okay.
I call them
There's a-
turbo tits, but
There's a guy down in the bottoms who raises pheasants.
There's a
and
guy in
quails.
Columbia too that's doing it.
Yeah, outside Columbia. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mark Miller. Or Matt Miller. Mark. I don't know, they're brothers. There's
Does
Mark.
he own Fountain or part of Fountain?
No,
different Miller?
The different Miller.
The construction Miller.
This is he was the ag teacher in Redbud for a while, Miller. Or in Valmeyer. And Redbud.
there,
anyway.
yeah.
Really?
Did he teach out of
for
Beck?
sure.
Valmeyer for sure.
No.
I don't know.
There's a Mr. Miller out of Beck.
Oh.
I don't know.
What's that kid's name? Because I.
But they
the
did a farm
Valmeyer-
right off of,
Yeah.
let's say,
But
Stucking Road.
That's what everyone used to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
really?
like,
Yeah.
My aunt
20,
lives
30
right there.
quail
So.
or pheasants
Down
that
the
were listening
bottoms.
around, and
Oh, yeah.
they were everywhere. And really,
I have too much woods, but when we raised quail, that was the biggest thing I'll never forget is when we were deer hunting. I mean, quail are going away because there's no fence rows anymore.
All right.
But when we were deer hunting as kids, we'd see 100 count cubbies.
They scare the shit out of you.
They scared the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Well, they'd come underneath the deer stand every morning, 100, 200 of them, and they'd go out to the field, and then they'd come back every evening. And that's how you knew.
But have you ever hunted them with dogs?
Yeah, I grew up with a German short hair.
Well, then that is fun to
Oh,
me to watch them
it's-
and get ready.
Yeah, it's
You got
It's
the right
gone.
spot.
oh, not at my house, the house I grew up in.
You know, hunter number 2,
Yeah, but I
I'm
have-
super jealous of
I have
this
too many
place
trees.
too. Like if you die, I
For
want
quail?
your place,
I
bro.
mean, you got with the creek and the.
Oh,
Yeah, but I have two.
dude.
I don't
The
have that.
lake, the
Yeah.
driveway, fuck you.
You
I hope you go
really
bankrupt so I can buy your property.
I'll clear that land
For
up there
tax
if you let me
value.
build a cabin.
Even though we call it the Stabbing Cabin, we just need to find you a good woman to make it a home.
I'm working on it.
Well, are you?
I wouldn't jump.
I really am.
It's a tough world out here, man.
So let's intrigue me with a couple questions.
Yeah.
I've been on a couple podcasts. How many people are watching right now? Is anybody watching this thing?
It's not,
It's not live,
live.
so no one's
Oh.
watching right now.
We're not live?
No, this
well,
is recorded. Fuck, man.
I thought we were live.
No,
cut all kinds of
I'll
shit
edit it
out.
out.
Yeah.
So, what's our
But we have-
subscription up to?
But we're up to 40 followers. We
Nice.
have about 30 episodes posted.
Nice.
And
I
yeah,
never heard about it until Tom told me about it at the
Really?
chiropractor office.
we're a smaller podcast. We only started back in August, I think.
Oh, nice.
We just released 29 yesterday.
We were
I
doing
didn't know
every other week.
Until I heard Jeremy Ries was here.
Well, I bring the viewers in, don't I?
Right. You bring the good conversations
I
too,
thought
though,
we
man.
had some big names, but apparently.
That was back whenever we were version 1.0, you know? We need
So
to have
now
them
our
back
next
on.
podcast is going to be Hunter number 2. We'll see how well it does without a big name.
Not for 3 years till he retires. He will be.
We have a retiree list. As soon as people
So many
retire,
people can't talk because they're
as
more
soon as
jobs.
people retire, we got a tell
I'll
all.
wear a Mexican wrestler mask.
We're all for it. We're all
All
here.
right. Hey,
Anyone want to comment on that?
next week's episode might be with Macho Man Randy Savage. You never know.
I'm working on next week's. I'm trying to get somebody to fill it out.
You've been trying to get that guy on for 2 months now, I think.
I just shoot his butt.
So do you guys have a hard time finding people to do it?
No. It's just right. Well, I mean, right now we're having a hard time, but
Yeah, but we're kind of a stickler. Like, we're kind of like
Well,
invite
we're
only.
not having a hard time. We just haven't allocated any energy towards it.
oh,
'Cause
okay.
the booking link you guys set up, like it's been set up.
Yeah.
at least 2 or 3 people.
I bet.
all the time.
I bet we
So
have.
what is your main focus as a podcast?
We're trying to figure that out, I
Yes,
think.
please.
Hey, you
But
want
it's supposed to be
Thank you,
Monroe
Hunter
County
number
centered.
2.
Yeah.
our focus is local, but we're open to anything. I guess.
I just didn't know what. I mean,
It's supposed to be just Monroe County and everything involved with it, but people from Monroe County talking about stuff outside the county still counts in our eyes. I mean, we don't really have
We've done an outside of the county thing twice.
we don't have a certain area of what we talk about. It's just more of like a bullshitting with friends kind of thing. But we're trying to narrow it down right now.
man,
Jesus, Hunter number 2.
We're trying to actually figure
hey,
out
his face
something
was
to
on the
narrow
camera
down.
there.
It was his ass mostly, but so
I guess our niche would be just people like us.
Gavin and I were talking about it today, and we're just trying to figure out how to keep it, because like we talked about, we get into talking a little bit politics, a little bit bigger things, but it's hard to, because all of those things affect everybody, even if you are local. But the biggest thing is, I'd say, from us learning from the people that we've been having as listeners, just from Tom and I's conversations from like Waterloo Lumber, they listen now. But like, it's to get people locally energized about, like you said, oh, well, I live out so-and-so and it ain't no big deal. Yeah, but also it kind of is. So like, it's to get people energized to say, hey, you know, maybe that road ain't a good idea next to so-and-so's house. Maybe that roundabout in Waterloo, maybe that'd be a bitch next time I drive a semi through there. You know, stuff like that. It's to.
I bet that roundabout is a bitch for them trucks.
God bless our road.
I mean,
They run it over all
They
the
run
time.
it over all the
Because
time.
I mean, I got. Well, you guys saw my long bed pickup truck
Yeah.
cab.
Fuck that.
That's minus the trailer.
Add a 30-foot bumper pull trailer to that. It's tight. I go
Yeah.
through there a lot. Trust me.
Yeah.
The worst thing though, really ain't trying to get around it. It's all the people that just stop and think
Yeah,
that
and
it's
they
a four-way. The old
Oh
people.
my god! And it's trying to let me go in front of them, but like, dude,
Well,
just go.
And then like today, I about got dinged on the passenger door. Somebody coming out of that Tin Sheds parking lot.
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they weren't gonna fucking stop.
They don't even look.
They didn't even look. And it's like, okay, well, they need
I
to
used-
stop.
Sometimes when it would back up, I would cut through the backside by the produce stand where
Yeah.
it's now the
Yeah.
city police.
impound.
yes.
And they won't let anybody up there.
Yeah.
They won't let nobody up there now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's you're no longer
That's
allowed to
kind
have
of
a
like
stand up there.
Kind of like on the other side of the road there, you can cut through from Route 3 over to Maystown
Through that-
Road.
through that gas station?
Yeah, through the
Yeah.
gas station there. Hey,
They'll pull you over for that shit
well,
if they see you.
Fuck 'em.
I just
Fuck
changed,
them.
I changed my mind. You know, I mean, I
Right.
was going to stop. I said, "Fuck this." There's too many people in there
Hey,
gambling.
hey,
I couldn't tell. Look,
I thought I had to poop, but I couldn't get to the door.
Yeah.
Too many people gambling.
Fuck, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
That was
But yeah, no, that's what drives me nuts.
But I think that's-
I can see that being a pain in the
I
ass
think
for a
that's
semi.
I think that's our goal or our idea is to, because I talk to a lot of people from across everywhere, and the kids our age, the people our age that don't.
When
pay
you say
attention.
our age, you're way younger than me.
Wait.
So are
Yeah.
you saying
I-
your
I-
age
wait.
or our age?
I want you to guess his
I already
age.
told
He
them.
told me.
God, son of a bitch.
How old am I?
I'm gonna say 20-something probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
And really,
Just because I'm friends with your parents on Facebook and I see you guys through pictures of life.
and
so.
Jeremy,
Shit.
when you asked why would we start this thing, I really wanted to hear his answer because we are 30, 20, 50.
All right.
So my reasons for doing it probably aren't his and probably aren't
Yeah.
his. I honestly think that's why it makes it so good. And we really, all three of us were like, we want to talk to our neighbors. We want to find out what's going on in our town and talk about it. Even if nobody wants to talk about it, even if they're rumors,
Yep.
just talk about it. We can't get in trouble.
What about another gas station in Waterloo?
Good
How many gas
bless.
stations
That's a
do we need?
Oh, they
fucking
approved the
shit
Casey's.
show.
I know it's something.
Oh my
How
fucking
about
god.
an Edward Jones or another bank?
Oh, we need
we're
another-
missing
Think about the
bar.
Casey's. All right, so my biggest argument. So we're next to the fucking T-ball
Not a
fields.
dispensary,
How
though.
many people? I bet that gas station sells out of beer every fucking
Oh,
night.
over there, yeah. All the
Oh, they're
parents
gonna
be
walk
over-
across the road,
Sure.
get a 6-pack, Walker Craft
Oh,
Shop.
yeah.
They ain't gonna buy it from WSA.
No.
I mean-
oh, do they sell beer in there?
Someone
The
was
Sports
telling me the other day
Association
they
does?
think.
Oh,
Someone
yeah.
was telling me the
Oh,
other day they
really?
do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
cool.
problem.
The
It's gonna be a
WSA,
problem.
they sell some booze.
Yeah,
Man, things have changed since growing up in the 80s around here.
yeah.
I mean, parents drank, but they all had to bring their own coolers. Of course, the ball fields, hell. Look at, they have, remember the VFW where we had a ball field there with no fence anywhere other than the backstop. That's where we played Corey League baseball
You
one
sat
time.
on a 2x6.
Yeah.
That was a bad
If you were lucky,
Yeah. I mean, things have just so changed.
Yeah, we gotta
So
cater to everybody.
If you wanted another business to open up tomorrow in this town, what would it be? Like what sector, kind of? Like
Man, that is a tough call.
see, I don't think you're really an entrepreneur. You're just you.
maybe not
have
what the town
you have a
needs, but
passion,
what would you
follow
like
it.
to see?
I think that's more what it is, really. And I just monetized it and then making a living. And
The,
doing what I love.
entrepreneurs are like, I'm always looking for the best thing.
Yeah,
you just
and no,
you found your niche.
You know, you kind of mentioned. I think a dispensary would have been a great thing for Monroe County. A strip club would be good.
All that tax money? I mean,
money.
come on.
Them college girls need to pay their tuition to get through
for all
college.
those
right,
city
and there's a
council
bunch of
members out there,
people around
please
here that would
approve a
support them.
brothel in our area. that would be awesome.
But really, no. I mean, and I hate to say, just a middle class sit down restaurant. Nice.
I know what you mean.
Not.
Gallagher's.
I like Gallagher's. Me and my
great.
wife had our rehearsal dinner there up on the third floor when we got married. But it's a little pricey to go out on every weekend or Friday. And there's some nice country restaurants that we like, but just every now and then you like something a little nicer, but you don't want to be just so over the top money wise, I think.
Yeah, because usually to get what you're the middle class restaurants, you got to go out of town.
Right.
See, I
Ralph
know
Schneider's
a lot
or-
of people tell me there ain't no reason to go to Waterloo for dinner because you can go to Ambriar, you can go to Acorns, you can go to Mystic Oaks for cheaper, and it's a nicer meal.
Yeah, and I don't really ever eat at them places. We go to Crazy Train a lot.
Yeah.
They have good food out there. It's cheap.
I love their gizzards, man.
Oh, the gizzards and the chicken on Sundays.
I grew up going there.
Yes.
And but me and the wife, we go to St. Louis a lot. I ain't gonna lie. We travel a lot, and I'm gone on a lot of weekends because that's when most retriever events are, because they're all put on by clubs, and club members all work during the week most part, so they have their events on the weekends.
Yeah.
And even then, I eat out obviously because I'm on the road, but I always try to get local places, instead of the chains, because I can get them anywhere. But we'll go over to the Hill and different places and stuff, or get some gyros someplace in St. Louis or something like that. Not always something super fancy, but it's
Something different.
Yeah, but you go to most of the places on the Hill, you can
They're
eat pretty
good.
reasonable, and
Yeah.
it's good.
But your lifestyle, your current work lifestyle, you eat out a lot.
Yeah.
You're not home.
No.
On average, how often do you think you're home versus away?
Well, I lose 2
In a
months.
year.
I lose 2 months a year right off the bat because I go down south during the winter to train dogs. So that's 2 months, and then
10 months left.
so a couple of years ago I went on weekend events, 20-something weekends out of the year,
Half the
Damn.
year.
and then last year I ran 3 national events.
That's 5 months.
Three national events last year. In the spring, I ran the Grand. The fall, I ran the Grand. And then the fall, I also ran the AKC Master National in Texas. So I was gone pretty much the whole month a month straight for the fall Grand and Master National because they were pretty close to each other. One was in Nashville, Tennessee, and the other one was in Giddings, Texas. I forgot about going down there. So I was gone almost a whole month right there because the events are about a week long. The AKC Master National is a little longer, but you also go get together with a group of trainers and people with dogs beforehand and kind of wherever you're at, train a little bit for like a week. Yeah. So I just did the Spring Grand in Paducah, Kentucky, but some of my friends are in West Tennessee that I train with for the Grand. Wow. So we were down there for 4 or 5 days before we went to Paducah to run.
All right, so you've been doing this, let's even say for a decade, and I know that's kind of low, but who are your mentors? The people who have really helped you develop what you have going on and help you?
I learned a little bit when I first started out at the local retriever club from some people, and then I paid a couple to train our dog, and they were very helpful. They're up in Foley, Missouri, and they answered any questions I ever had and were real helpful. So I consider them kind of mentors. And then when I kind of got some friends and first started running that brand, I got in with some of the biggest people that were most successful at it. So I really was able to learn a lot from them.
Did you find people that were helpful along the way and ones that weren't?
Sure. Most people in the dog world are pretty helpful. There have been some that are not. That's for sure. But
do they fall?
They
fall away quickly? Or?
No, they're pretty successful. Some of them. I was rather surprised when they weren't helpful.
Just weren't your.
But for the most part, I try to surround myself with successful people. Iron sharpens iron. Like you see on them reels on Facebook. You hang around 5 broke guys, you're going to be the 6th.
Yep.
So I try to find successful people, and I want to find successful people who are willing to help you and share their knowledge. So that's what I try to hang out with.
Do you have any younger people that show interest in what you're doing that you can kind of say, hey, I would like to step. You just said.
No,
these are the people that mentor
right,
me.
And
Do you see that in the younger crowd?
I don't have none really around here. It's kind of, I've trained several people's dogs, and their daughters have ran them. That they would put effort and come out and train, run their dog and learn how to handle their dog. Which is a difference. There's training the dog and then handling the dog. Okay, so I train dogs. And I used to be a crap handler, but I learned how to be a pretty good trainer.
Dude, that's brutal honesty right there.
But over the years, I've become a lot better handler. And here's the deal: when you're working these retrievers and doing these competitions, you can have a shit retriever and a good handler can make it look a lot better. Mm-hmm. But you can have a great retriever, well trained and everything, and a shitty handler make it look like shit.
Yep.
So that's why I really encourage all my clients to come out and learn how to run their dogs. And my dad, when he started working with me, he was simply amazed. These people spending tens of thousands of dollars and never putting no time into coming out to run their dog. And then they'd take it out hunting, and make it look like crap. So I'm on Facebook and Instagram and got that stuff. But most of my business comes from people who watch my dogs or people's dogs perform and ask where it was trained. So I want them to be able to handle their dogs because there ain't nothing better than them showing off my work, that their dog works so great for them.
And for those of you who missed it, Moco Bottom Labs. But that answered the question. Do you really feel that there's people coming up in your profession with the dog to handle it or stepping up in the younger generation? Across the board,
I have some
trainer
friends that I train with at their age, roughly their ages, 20s and 30s.
Really?
Yeah, and we hang out and talk and discuss.
They're learning,
and we train.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, and some of them are better than me at it, at handling for sure. But we all share. And share business, talk business stuff and stuff, You don't see a lot of it. The demographics in the dog sport world, field trials and hunt tests, is a lot of older people.
Same with the coon.
And to be honest with you, I understand it. Even in the 50 years I've been alive, look at how the families have changed from having a stay-at-home mom, having vacations, having a nice house, nice cars, and living comfortably. Now you got young couples without kids, barely survive, with good jobs, barely surviving, barely able to put furniture in their fucking house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the money's not there, especially now with inflation and gas prices. Disposable income's going away.
Yeah.
And honestly, that worries me because I'm a luxury item.
Yeah. That doesn't need to worry by yourself. The rest of this shit will take care of itself.
Well, no, it does worry because if people don't have money to spend on it, they
can't afford the service.
Can't afford my service.
People will figure out how to make money, just like you do.
It ain't no different than grass mowers. They worry about that shit all the time, but ain't nobody gonna go buy no lawnmower.
But there's a million grass mowers.
Yeah.
My dad used to cut lawns and stuff for years, and he did all his work in St. Louis because you know why?
Money.
The people would spend more money over there. Here, us old Dutch Monroe Countyans are tight, man.
Right.
Just like anything. Plus, you got everybody their brother doing it, so everybody's undercutting everybody.
Yeah.
He even bid on products that he said people would get it, and he's like, I don't even know how they pay for the fucking gas to do it.
There was at least 24 lawn mowing companies off the top of my head.
I mean,
2 of them are in our
2
subdivisions.
dozen? I'm thinking of like 6.
Shit.
Like, Jesus.
They're a
All
dime
it
a
takes,
dozen.
man, a truck, a trailer, a mower, and a weed eater, and a blower. And
You don't
you're
need
in
a
there.
truck. I've seen a fucking minivan.
And you don't need a trailer.
Yeah.
You need a mower and a weed eater and a blower. That's the
All right,
thing.
all right. Let's go back to the
$1,000
dogs. Let's go back to the dogs. I got another. So
I don't know how they made it stay in business.
Wait.
So I have a question
neither, bro.
of like, so one thing, blatantly honest, I didn't even know there was a retriever club. Like I've been interested in dogs since before my parents let me got a dog.
Sure.
So how do you teach?
It's more secret than your dad's gun club.
Well, no, and I
Not
agree,
anymore.
but that's
And
what I'm
nobody
saying
knows
is so.
about your dad's gun club.
Yeah, no one knows about the gun
I
club
know,
other
that's-
than there's these
It's
bangs
more
randomly in
fucking
Colombia.
secret than that.
There's these
How about
random
that?
bangs in
The loud
Colombia.
booms.
Yeah, loud booms. But as somebody that was interested, even if I didn't grow up around hunting and stuff, like, what do you say that the younger generation isn't interested or it's not there. What do you think the thing is to do to make it happen or to even
I wish I knew, buddy.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know either.
That's a million.
But I mean, there's actually 3 or 4 retriever clubs in the St. Louis area.
Yeah. See, I would know St. Louis area, but Monroe County.
Yeah, well,
How
Monroe
about-
County
how
don't
about-
have
how about-
one itself.
What's the
Well, it all
nearest
beats
one?
out of Peabody, the one in Illinois. But
Yeah,
the Bush
See-
Wildlife out,
Yeah,
out
yeah.
past Chesterfield there
Yeah.
is some of the best grounds in the country.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
open to
but-
public.
See, I've
There's
been-
like 2 or 3
I've been
clubs
out there.
Peabody in Illinois has got to be the closest.
Yeah, I've been out to.
It's about the same either way from
I've been out to
Interstate.
Bush.
as long as you don't hit traffic.
Yeah, I've been out to Bush running.
Tell you a funny story, man.
Yes, you can, hunter number 2.
So my brother had a really good lab. Like like you were talking earlier, like one that would you wouldn't have to.
It gets some birds for you. Saves
Yeah,
you
it go
trouble.
get your bird for you. It saves you a lot of steps.
You're not throwing 3, but
And so
You don't have to take a fishing
He was
pole.
out in St. Charles for a soccer match one day. And he had his dog with him. They had a big break, and the trials you're talking about there at Bush Wildlife was
Okay.
going on. They were just driving through, and my brother had his dog in the truck and said, "Well,
Fuck it.
Remy can do this shit." And so my brother entered, and sure as shit, he got called up, and they threw that dead duck that had been retrieved already like 30 times. And my other dogs, and my brother set the dog perfectly. Everything was great. And dog went up and smelt it, and pissed on it, and came back. Wouldn't even pick it up because it had been picked up so many other times. My other dog was like, "This duck's rotten. I ain't bringing that back to my dad."
Oh boy.
I would have drowned that sack of kittens right there. I apologize. That was.
already has.
I think
If we can edit that out, that'd be great.
Dude.
Sorry.
that's a true story.
Yeah, so I used to run rabbit dogs out at Bush Wildlife,
Okay.
basset hounds and stuff, and my Eagle Scout project was at Peabody.
Okay.
But I still didn't know about a retriever club, so that's why I was, yeah. So for somebody local, I guess, that's why I was wondering.
Yeah, no.
But
They have training days on weekends out there. The club does. It's open to the public. I mean, it's only $30 a year to join, but
yeah.
they set up these winger devices we use that are operated on remote. They throw birds from different locations, let you go get them and shoot a gun and run blind retrieves. I mean, then some people will help you there. I mean, you're not always getting good information. You got to kind of be careful. I kind of learned the hard way at first. I thought, oh, this guy really do shit. And now that I've
Don't
advance, I'm like, this
we
guy.
all?
That guy's. I like this guy's an idiot. What was I ever thinking? But he was trying to be helpful, bless his heart. But as they say down south,
Yep.
but
Right.
you really don't have no clue.
Yep.
So is there any difference in smells for dogs between like geese and ducks? It's all the same.
I don't know. I don't talk to them. As far as I know, they probably smell way.
They've not said so.
Waterfall, right?
I don't know.
I think it's just.
I know.
I think it's
A
just
lot of
the-
retrievers have a little more trouble with doves than they do ducks or geese.
That's because
And that's because the feathers are different, the texture and stuff.
Really?
But I don't know as far. I don't know as far as smells.
They get up in their gums. Yeah.
I don't know if it
Yeah,
smells any different or not.
Rosie would go right up to a dove and find it in the middle of a cornfield. Just kind of shoo it back. Did not want to.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been able to find one to talk to tell me this.
So,
Well,
anyone out there looking for training expertise
on retrievers only, large breed.
on retrievers,
No.
not hounds.
It's retrievers and large breed only obedience, possibly, if there's room.
Moco Bottom Labs is where you will Google. Just throw a shout out to Jeremy Ries, a good friend of Monroe County on the Scope. And dude, so stoked you came on. You were by hands down one of our best guests ever. I hope
Now he's laying it on thick, folks.
I hope everyone
hoping you
out
cry
there
before you
learned
leave.
things like our demographic or psychographics are pretty much Monroe County hunters, guys. So I think you flicked everyone in the nose tonight, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Now, all these people at home listening with their tinfoil hats can go to bed easy.
Yeah, they can agree
All
with your
27
theory
of
of
them.
caving in,
Yeah.
hide under the rock.
All right, Monroe County. Thank you. Good night.